Hello, Math 157 students. This is Victoria Sondecker, your professor, and I wanted to talk a little bit or give you some advice on what you will see on the test 2. So test 2, which is our next test that's coming up, and you know that it covers both chapter 4 and chapter 7. The whole test is a total of 20 questions. And it covers most of what you're going to see, what you've seen on both of the chapters, that if you've been doing the homework and following the quizzes, really shouldn't be too much of any kind of a surprise. However, I did create a study guide, and it will be in with the homework if you want to take a look at it. And it is representative of most of the problems that you're going to see. Now, just a couple things that I want to make you aware of that might help you score better on the test, and that is that you want to be TI literate, okay? You want to be using your TI calculator to do a number of things. To find the correlation coefficient, R. Yes, you need to be using it for that. You also need to be using it to find the standard deviation, right? And you also use it to create scatter plots. You can. It makes it a lot easier. There are scatter plots that you have to do. And there are also ways that you can find the line of best fit using your calculator. Now, instead of me creating videos, I would strongly suggest that if you need help doing any of these things, what I would do is go to YouTube and search the TI 83 or 84, whichever one you have, and say, how do I find the scatter plot? How do I do a scatter plot? Or how do I do find the correlation coefficient? And believe me, there's some really great videos out there, and you'll be able to find them faster than I can find them for you. So just go to YouTube and look those up. Okay, in the course of this week, again, the study guide is out there. I believe it's about the same length, about the same difficulty. The only thing that I'm not positive is on both of them is make sure that you are familiar with this idea of rule of thumb when you're finding the standard deviation, rule of thumb. And I believe if you're looking that up, that it's in your textbook on page 144. And it's really easy, actually. The rule of thumb just says if you take the range and divide it by 4, that approximates the standard deviation. And also remember that when you're using your calculator, you've got 2 standard deviations there. You've got S of X, and you also got sigma X. This has to do with the sample. So if you're only looking at a part of the population, a sample of the population, you're going to use the S of X. This one is the population standard deviation, and you will use it appropriately. So make sure you know which one are you looking at, and then choose the proper one from your calculator. Okay? All right, now back to the study guide. Let me just push this aside for a second. And one of the problems on the study guide is talking about weighted averages. I've had a lot of questions. Actually, I'm sorry, this one is not a weighted average question. This was just a question that I wanted to review. If you have questions, I did want to point out to you something. As you're going through and you're doing your homework, I hope that you've recognized there's this little box here. It says question help. So it can help you solve a problem. It can help you view an example. It can also flag me that you have a question on it. So if you click on that button, you can get a lot of assistance on problem solving. So let me take a look at this first problem with you. It says a grocer has 3 bags of peaches. One has 45 peaches and weighs 18 pounds. So let's write that down there. We've got 45 peaches and 18 pounds. This is the number of peaches. This is the number of pounds. He also has a second one that holds 55 peaches and 21 pounds. So 55 peaches and 21 pounds. And finally, one holds 60 peaches and 24 pounds. 60 peaches and 24 pounds. So to solve this problem, it wants to, what is the average weight? What is the mean weight of a peach? Okay, in pounds. So if you know that this is the number of peaches, that's not 16, that's pounds there, and that's the number of pounds. You could get a total here and divide to find the average. So if you add these three together, let's see, you've got 18, 21, and 24. Just add those up real quick on my calculator. I get 18 plus 21 . So the total here is 63. And then we could add up how many. So we've got 45 plus 55 plus 60. That's going to give me a total of 160 peaches. So 63 pounds for 160 peaches. So be careful that you divide the right way. In other words, if you want to know the pound per peach, you're going to take the total number of pounds, and divide that by the total number of peaches. And that's going to give you the pound per peach. And I think that it'd be really simple or easy to divide the wrong way there. So if we come back here, again, we've got 63 divided by 160. That's going to give me about 0.393 pound per peach. So in here it says, what is the mean average of a peach? And also be careful, it's saying to the nearest hundredth. So let me go back here. This was 0.3937. So hundredth is two places. So that means this is going to round to 0.39. 0.39. And hopefully we did that right. Let's check our answer. Fantastic. Okay, so as you're doing the homework, please be very careful that you're doing exactly what it asks you to do. Use that question help if you get stuck. And I'm here as well if you need additional assistance. This test is due. The due date is the 19th, which is Saturday. So if you're doing it at the testing center, make sure that you have scheduled by Saturday, the 19th, November 19th. At the testing center, you know you have to make an appointment ahead of time, and you can check to see what their hours are. If you're going to use ProctorU, again, you still need to make an appointment. And I believe both of them is about a 72-hour lead time. Either one of them is fine. Just make sure that you make your appointment ahead of time. ProctorU is 24/7. Testing center, there's one in Midlow and also in Chester, and check the hours to see what time they're open. Good luck on test 2. Hope to see lots of great scores. Thank you. This is Victoria. Keep studying.